live. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Just Saying. The reason why I'm doing this live, there's been a couple of things that have prompted it. Watching, I don't know if any of you have watched on Netflix their John of God documentary, and it's not what they said, it's what they didn't say. And I think it's a pretty big thing to leave out when like there's a lot of credible evidence, a lot, overwhelmingly, that he was running a baby farm. Now, he was at this for like 20 years. Yeah, and they used to sell the babies from 15,000 to 35,000. And the reporter who actually broke the case, I can't remember her full name. I think it might be Sophia Bittencourt, but her second name was definitely Bittencourt. She's dead. She suicided. Yeah, we all know that she didn't. But that sort of buried the story as much as what they did. It's. But the thing is our Naomi Campbell. She promoted John of God and Oprah Winfrey. Both the biggest pair of coconuts you ever meet in your life, anyway. But no, it was just, it just wound me up, because it's like, how do you leave something like that out? So Netflix, as always, it's not even telling lies. It's just not saying anything at all. And the second thing I noticed that in the Sun a couple of days ago, Daniela Westbrook's gone back into rehab. Now, I don't know, like, I have no idea what that's about, but fuck me, that's that's nuts. They were pushing and pushing and pushing her, and then now she's gone back into rehab. But weren't she meant to have been clean for how many years? It's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. Also, you might have noticed on my YouTube, people, please subscribe to me on YouTube. Not because it's monetized or anything, but because it just makes me feel better. Like, I have to start from scratch every single time. But I've put up a series, yeah, and it's not my normal thing that I put up, but on YouTube I'm very limited as to what I can put up. So I try to keep it thought provoking. Yeah, and I watched a series a little while ago now saying what on earth happened. And it puts up a very, very good argument for flat earth. And it's not what I believe or what I don't believe. I personally believe that, but he does put up a very, very, very good argument, and a lot of the stuff, even if you don't agree with all what he says, it's just really thought provoking. And my YouTube channel, I'm very, very limited, so you got to understand that. And I don't want to put up a YouTube channel full of me just chatting, yeah, because it's, I want to open people's minds. I want people's minds to be more open than what they are. So I put up that series, yeah, and even, the bottom line is even if you don't buy into the flat earth theory, it's still good to challenge yourself, like to open up your mind and just, because he puts up some serious arguments. And not gonna lie, when I see him make a star in the jar, I was like, what the fuck? So it's very, 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 very thought provoking. And it might help open your whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but you know, open your mind a bit, yeah, and it will challenge some of your beliefs, yeah, but that's good. That's what we need to do, yeah. And there was there was I've been putting up a lot of posts on Facebook lately. You might have noticed, and I put up a post about Dr. Sebi. Now I don't know if a lot of you know who Dr. Sebi is. He was an African guy, and he cured cancer. Yeah, and that, well, in the end, he died in custody. Um, but what an amazing guy! What a fucking amazing guy he was. And I put up one of his interviews that he done with it's a Red Ice Radio or whatever it is. And I implore you go and watch it because you know the guy was just absolutely amazing. But yeah, they stopped him at customs, and he had £15,000 in cash on him, which he had a perfectly legitimate reason to have on him because he owned his own company. Well, it weren't his own. It was Dr. Sebi's Cell Foods, CELL. And yeah, he was stopped at customs because he had £15,000 on him, and he died suddenly in custody. And he went to the Supreme Court, fought a battle in the Supreme Court, and won it. They asked him to bring 9 patients that he can prove that had cancer, went through his treatment, and didn't have cancer. All right, it had to be verified. He bought 77, and then they killed him. It's just, it's just terrible, man. It really is bad. But something was brought to my attention a couple of weeks ago, and I looked at I had to look at it, and straight away, not gonna lie, I saw the White House Farm murders, and I thought, oh, White House. That could be interesting. That could be something to look at. So I thought, let me dig a little bit deeper because I remembered the case. It was the Bamber, Jeremy Bamber, and he was accused. He was convicted of shooting his mum, his dad, his sister, and her twin boys. Right, but the case is so murky. It is so murky. Um, After I saw the White House, I thought, let me dig a little. Let me have a look. Oh, Dad's an RAF air pilot. Oh, so that military now. But the mum was an absolute religious fucking nutcase and proper, like really religious. But what I don't understand is that the dad had so many guns, like it, it was just ridiculous. Like he had bear guns, and I mean from semi-automatic rifle, like it's a semi-automatic, like machine guns, the works. Yeah, but but the mum was a religious nut. Says it all, doesn't it? And then she had 2 children, Sheila and Jeremy, both adopted. Now that kind of made me think, whoa, like, hang on a minute, there's definitely something here. And their daughter Sheila, I think, what was her second name? I can't remember her second name, Kafil or something like that. That was her married name. But she had 2 twin boys. Now, I know in normal, so twins is not but in this shit world that we seem to be living in, twins mean something. They actually mean something. And she Sheila used to call them she's called them the devil's children. There's definitely some satanic element to this story, but she was also a model. And when you look at pictures of Sheila, you can clearly see she has one eye bigger than the other eye. Now, I know that's not, you can't go on that, but when you're adding up these things, yeah, the one eye being bigger than the other eye is definitely a sign of programming in some form. I mean, I totally believe the monarch programming. I believe that that's as real as can be. Yeah. And like I said, there's a lot of murkiness around this case. And it was alleged that, like, Jeremy Bamber to this day, and he's been in prison for 30 years, maintains his innocence. Yeah. Now, I can't decide whether he's guilty. I don't know. But what I do know is that there is a lot of signs of MK Ultra around this. There really is. With her being a model as well, and her father bought her a flat in Maida Vale, right by where Tom Watkins lived. I don't, and also we got the News of the World's involvement, and the News of the World's involvement was they played Jeremy Bamber's girlfriend, Vicky Monkford, whose probably testimony put him in jail. They paid her £25,000 for a story, and they was in touch with her before she gave evidence as well. And she was immune from prosecution of previous convictions, basically. They said that they'd and as soon as she sold her story, she offed it and went to Canada to live. One thing I do know is when the News of the World are involved, there's something not right there. And I'd like to know how many people did the News of the World put in jail? Because it looks like I know of two, and that's Brian, and that's this Jeremy Bamber guy. Now, he might be guilty, I don't know. But there are serious red flags in this case. Now, I had no interest in this case at all until someone sent me something, and it wasn't even in, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't even in relation to, and as soon as I saw the White House, it's like it's like, I mean, it might be coincidental. Yeah, it might be. But then again, it might not be. So I'm just going on the grounds of it might not be. It's just a really weird case. It's kind of stumped me. I haven't looked into it, gone into in depth, but there is a big, very big community around saying that he's innocent. Also, as well, the farmhouse was in Essex, and we all know, like, Essex police are kind of like notorious for covering up shit. And I'm sure they was the same in, I think it was it 1987? Right, like 30, it was 30 years ago. And it seems to me that the News of the World had a hand in putting them, because there's some really, really, really murky shit around this case. And at first, the police bought, like, they was caught, like they believed that this Sheila had done it. And that ebbs on, Jeremy Bamber was outside with the police when he first called them, and the first police officers to the scene weren't firearms, and they weren't going to go in. And basically, there's discrepancies because Jeremy Bamber was saying that they was conversing with someone inside of the house, and the police, who was there originally, backed up his story. Then it changed. The police changed their story. Now, and I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened that night. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm just saying that there are some serious, 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 like, issues to be looking at, because and it's just like Stuart Lubbock with it, when his body was found at the bottom of the pool, and then you had that Guinness heiress recently. Boom, same body found at the bottom of the pool, and I don't know, all these coincidences. See, I'm not a believer in coincidences at all. Yeah, I'm not in a court of law. I don't have to, but all I've got to do, basically, all I'm doing is throwing up, because no one knows. No one knows. So, the bottom line is I'm just throwing up some, like, because it's just nuts. And like I said, the News of the World, my God, like, they anything they had a hand in ain't good. Not good at all. But I don't even know how long I've been on. I've been on 27 minutes. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it at that, because I just thought I'd do a live just to catch up, and just to put out the feelers. But that John of God documentary on Netflix it's just ridiculous. And I'm not going to lie, even what they say happened is bad enough, but they completely missed out baby farming, Oprah Winfrey, Naomi Campbell. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. But thanks for joining me for my just saying. And I shall speak to you all.